What does standing silent mean? Attorney explains Bryan Kohberger's unusual decision. A longtime Seattle trial attorney said she's never in her long career seen a defendant do what Bryan Kohberger did in a Latah County District courtroom Monday. Kohberger, who was accused in the brutal murders of 4 University of Idaho students in November of 2022, did not enter a guilty or not guilty plea. Public defender Ann Taylor told the judge their client will be standing silent on pleas, prompting the judge to enter not guilty pleas on his behalf. How unusual is that? Very. I've yet to see it in my career, which has been pretty long, said Ann Bremner, Seattle criminal and civil trial attorney, former prosecutor, and legal analyst. As I understand it, he's pretty obsessed with his own coverage, so if he's going to make a statement by being silent, and he's going to watch that too, Bremner said. He's getting his PhD. I don't think he had gotten it yet, but he obviously knows a lot about criminology, and he's probably over-lawyering more than he thinks his lawyer, and he probably thinks it is some kind of strategy. Bremner said while it's uncommon, it's not unheard of, and to remain silent is a defendant's choice. She's been following the case since news of the 4 slain college students was discovered in a rental home in Moscow, Idaho, near the University of Idaho campus. When asked about the possibility of Kohberger taking the stand and testifying, Bremner said that based on today's choice to remain silent, she thinks Kohberger may be likely to take the stand. His trial is now set for October. My guess is he is the kind of guy who will want to testify, and what the public doesn't always understand is this, that it is not up to the lawyers, it's up to the client, said Bremner. If his defense team says don't do it, he can say, I'm not going to listen to anything anybody says, I want to testify, and I think I can win this case. For the murders of Kaylee Goncalves, Madison Mogen, Sienna Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin, the 28-year-old defendant is facing 4 counts of murder in the first degree and 1 count of burglary after his indictment by a Latah County grand jury Tuesday. Up until this point, we know little about the prosecution's or defense's strategy or even details about motive. A gag order is in place, and the limited details came from court documents, which allege a link to Kohberger, and DNA evidence found on a knife sheath, as well as cell phone data. You have to make sure people have fair trials. For his case gag order, the judge I think has done the right thing, Bremner said. Authorities allege Kohberger orchestrated and carried out the deadly attack and then returned to work pursuing his PhD in criminology before making a cross-country trip home to Pennsylvania with his father, where he was arrested. It's still possible that the trial, expected to last 6 weeks, could be delayed or moved to a different location. Bremner said she expects the defense to seek a change of venue. If found guilty, Kohberger faces a maximum 10-year sentence on the burglary charge and 4 consecutive life sentences, or the death penalty for the first-degree murder charges. Fines up to $200,000 and payment of $20,000 to the victims' families are also possible if Kohberger is found guilty. Latah County Prosecutor Bill Thompson now has 60 days to inform the court whether he will seek the death penalty in the case. Bremner added she's never seen a defendant like Kohberger or a case like this one. There are few cases I've seen or what I've covered as an analyst or what I've covered in my career as horrific as this.